Hey everyone, Miguel Hito of your Cranial Emission Show here. Getting dialed into the show on the interweb and social media, it's a piece of cake. Here's a few ways you can do it. First and foremost, our home base is Spreaker.com. Search the Cranial Emission Show. And on iPhone and Android markets, download the Spreaker app and listen to live or to archive shows right on your phone or tablet. Next, visit our Facebook page under the Cranial Emissions Network, and Twitter @CranialE, YouTube, the Cranial Emissions Show _official. And you can even email us with your questions and comments at thecranialemissionsshow@gmail.com. If you want to be part of the show, you can call in on Friday nights between 7 and 9 Eastern Standard Time at 813-438-6068. Thanks for listening and being part of the growing revolution that is the Cranial Emission Show.
Hello, this is Sancho from the Cranial Emission Show. Our celebrity voices are impersonated by Bang, Caleb, Joe, Jesus, or Miggy. Yes, we keep adding people every time.
Live from the esteemed halls of Beer Greatness ESB Brewing, 333 Falkenberg Road, Suite D407, in beautiful Tampa, Florida, the Cranial Emission Show, featuring Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and Caleb Crispy. It's time.
Welcome to the Cranial Mission Show, folks. Coming to you live from ESB Brewing here in Tampa, Florida. As the announcer man said, a very rainy evening here. Starting a little bit late, but it is Ben Charles. I'm joined by the C Squared, also known as Sweet Caleb, and Miguel Hito, the Reverend Joey T at the bar getting a beer. And that's where, if you're listening to the show and you're in Tampa, that's where you should be right now, here at 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D, 407. We've got the lovely Nicole behind the bar to pour you a pint of one of ESB's finest, as the Reverend Joey T and Jesus Julio are both ordering right now. A lot of good beers to choose from. So you want to be a part of the show. It's going to be an action-packed show. We do intend on interviewing the legend, the man, the myth himself, Frank Reyes of FPWA, Florida Professional Wrestling Academy, will be joining us sometime later in the segment. Look forward to talking to him, Miggy, because we have not had the opportunity yet to get into some of his tales, some of the backstory behind all of his experience. I look forward to talking to him about all the down and dirty drama in the background with him. So that'll be fun. But before we do that, we've got a segment to get into now. We're going to start it off the way we do every single week, and that is with the beer call.
We had some tech issues earlier, so we're a little behind the eight ball trying to get prepared for this, but that's why we started a little bit late today. So we don't have a song, but we don't need a song.
We don't need a song. If you want to be a part of the show, by the way, and you want to call in, you can do so. The number is 813-438-6068, as the Reverend Joey T is equipping himself to sit down with us and join us for the program. Yeah, you're a little short on the headphone cord there. You may even just want to sit on that side.
Yeah, just sit on the other side over there.
Yeah, you may want to sit on the other side of the table. I got to get your mic on. There you go.
Yeah, dude, this isn't going to work. All right,
you might want to sit on the other side of the table. Yeah. Sometimes you got to adjust, especially here in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, he's going to switch around here. So, got the beer call. We're just waiting on a few beers here. Actually, Joe, while you're up, do you want to grab those one of those flights over there?
The dark one.
For the beer call. By the way, on the social media side, go to facebook.com/The Cranial Missions Network. Go to the webpage, cranialmissions.com, now with an interactive map where if you listen through the page itself versus listening through Spreaker, it will actually identify what town you are listening from.
Does it automatically? I thought you had to select it.
No, it does it automatically.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, so it's really cool. It's a global affair. We don't just have a local audience; we also have an international audience. And kudos to all of you that support us throughout the years.
Thanks to the Japanese. I appreciate it.
A huge thanks to the Japanese.
Japanese are not on top this week.
I don't care. They call me Sweet K-Rub.
Are they number 2?
They're always on top.
I think you turned your headphones down, didn't you, Miggy?
I can't hear very good at all.
There you go.
Hello.
Is that better?
Yeah.
There you go. Working out some kinks here, but we're getting in the saddle of things here. So let's get into the saddle of it with the beer call. Now, Miggy, we've got 2 different beers here. You, as the assistant brewmaster here, know these beers better than anyone here at ESB Brewing. We've got the Dolce Bella and the Bitchin' Bell. Which one do you think we should start with?
Obviously, the lighter one, that's going to be the Bitchin' Bell. That's a Belgian Saison. It's got the whole farmhouse feel. As you well know, it has a what kind of flavor? Go ahead and put that in your mouth and tell me about that flavor.
Is this a Bell theme that we're doing here?
He's got this whole.
You got the Bella and Bell.
He's been very Bella oriented lately. Oddly enough, I don't know. I've been on a naming drought for a little bit. So, but what do you think? What do you feel in there? You feel a little blanky.
Are you referencing the horse sweat?
I think
flavor?
I am. This is very horse sweaty, but it's a good thing for these kind of beers. I mean the saisons, that nice. It's got the Belgian saison, a little French style farmhousey mess.
I dated a girl who rode a horse before, and you're right. This is very horse tasty.
That's true. Right after you run a horse, you're running the horse real hard. It's getting a nice sweat. You lift up that saddle, and bam, you got this beer in your mouth.
Yeah, well, and
you're not doing a good job selling it with that.
Yeah, but it's a common description among.
If you guys really want to try this beer, go ride a horse hard, take the saddle off, and just lick it.
No, just go.
I doubt that's what it tastes like, but no, it's good beer. I don't usually like saisons, but
this mic thing smells dirty. I just took a big old sniff.
Does it really?
You might want to change the mic condom.
I just touched my tongue to it.
Can you put those? I think you can put those in like a dishwasher, man.
I think I'm just gonna
a little life
I'm gonna pay
hack.
$5 and get like 10 of them.
Yeah, I think they're like 30 cents a piece.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Now, Miggy, back to this beer, the Bitchin' Bell here.
Yeah.
You said it's got a little bit of a horse sweaty taste, but I've also noticed there's a little bit of a smokiness to it, and there's a little sweet note in it, too. Am I tasting that right?
Sweet note's going to be more of a malty note in there.
And what's the smoky flavor I'm getting in that?
I don't know. What did you drink before that?
Is it just the cigarettes?
Yeah, I think
what did you drink before that?
I was drinking the raspberry cider.
You're gonna have a clash of flavors there, and plus you did smoke a cigarette before that, so your taste
that's
buds,
the smoke, probably.
Yeah, your taste buds are gonna be thrown off just a hair.
Now let's move on to the second beer here. We've got the second beer known as the Dolce Bella. Now this is a new one to the roster as well.
This
Haven't
is a black
seen this one.
Goza.
Yeah.
Yep.
And explain to the listeners what a Goza is.
A Goza is a beer.
It's a ghost, right?
No.
Oh.
Goza is a style of beer out of Dusseldorf, Germany, where a lot of the water running out of the mountains, like the the spring water and stuff like that, will be going over rocks that have a salty consistency, such as gypsum and stuff like that.
Wow.
So they use the water. They make a beer specifically that's a salted beer, and usually they'll add a bacteria to sour to make it a sour style. So you'll have a nice sour and a slight salty. But we skipped the sour side and we just went in. And this is a sea salt, caramel sea salt Goza. It's got an earthy flavor to it, slight nip of caramel. The caramel doesn't come through very strongly at all, honestly. But
taste it a little bit though.
No,
yeah,
I can
but
taste it.
It's slightly earthy. It's got an interesting earthy, but it's a very good beer, very tasty, and that is at 6%. That other one, by the way, the Bitchin' Bell, was at 5% also.
Now, what I notice about
5%
this
6.
beer, Mickey, is that even though it's a dark beer, typically when you drink dark beers, you associate it with a thicker consistency to it. But because it's a Goza, it has a thinner consistency to it. It's very drinkable beer.
And it is thicker compared to normal Gozas. I mean, you're talking 6%. Most Gozas will run between 3 and 4%. So
and I think it is being driven by CO2, right? It's not nitrogen charged, is it?
No, you wouldn't do this on nitrous, really.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of the thicker beers are nitrogen charged. They got that little bit.
Yeah, it all depends. Like the dry stouts, definitely. There's certain beers that take the nitrogen better. This wouldn't. This beer would the flavor would be taken away by putting it on nitra. But I have, if you don't mind, I'm going to jump in really quick. I got a little in memoriam. as you well know, I was a chef for many years. Now, anybody who's ever had my cooking, I owe it all to James Henkel, Chef James, who passed away on Monday of liver cancer. I hate to start the show off.
Here's the Chef James. Throw him up there. Clink, clink, clink.
He was my
clink.
mentor, my man, and he brought me out of my young, crazy years, I tell you. And he made me...
When did that happen? Last week?
Yeah, exactly.
I saw your Facebook post. I was wondering who that was.
So, yeah,
Sorry to hear that, bud.
R.I.P. Chef. I love you, brother. Hey, Blackie, we love you forever. And yes, we are your little crackers. Yeah, that's it.
Anybody that knows,
Okay.
That's when South Park came out. He used to come in every day. How's my little crackers today? He's this big, ominous black man. He was one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your life.
anybody that knows Miggy will know that he really enjoys. He revels in layering different flavors into his food, which you obviously got from James, and he also imports that toward the creation of these beers here and his assistance with GMB Square with the Grandmaster Brewer Bob. And so it's something Miggy takes great pride in.
Yep.
If you ever get a chance to have Miggy's food, he always does a great bang-up job with the stuff that he makes. I always jokingly tell him that he spends all his money on food items.
You're more than right.
I think he charges too much, though. He's always hitting me up. Dude. He'll be like, yeah, gives me a bill every time I'm there. Dude. I'm like, what's this? He's like, gratuities added and everything, man. I'm like, what, 20%? There's only one of me. There's not 6 in this party. What's going on?
Now, when we talk about beers here at ESB, they're at the forefront of constantly rotating different flavors, trying to be innovative with the different blends that they have. But you see this across the country. It's not just exclusive to ESB. It's a phenomenon going on around not only America, but around the world. But now you're starting to see commercial entities get on board with this. And when I say that, I'm referring to certain existing brands that are in other cultures per se, or other genres, I should say, that wind up now going into beer. Case in point, Wheaties. Wheaties now in the game, in the beer game.
What?
Wheaties, the cereal, trying to get in the beer game in a collaborative effort with Fulton, which is a craft brewery in Minneapolis. They're creating a limited edition Hefeweizen beer that will be called Hefty Wheaties.
I think I would like that. You know how I'm definitely a Hefeweizen. I'm a fan. I'm gonna have to try some Wheaties. Is it got Bruce Jenner on the cover?
No.
Or Caitlyn? Is Caitlyn on that?
No. It's not right. Jenner endorsed at this time.
Remember he used to be on the Wheaties.
I remember.
Hey, he won like 5 gold medals. Of
course, Mary Lou Retton also was
yes,
on the
Mary Lou
Wheaties
Retton.
box. Yeah.
Yeah, and that other, the gymnast.
Oh, the one that
there was a couple.
Kerry
there was
Strug.
No, there was the male gymnast, the blonde guy. Do you remember? There was like Mitch Gaylord was part of the team, and this is going back to like they won the golds. They won a bunch one year. The guy did the pommel horse really good. I can't remember their names, man. There was a whole like there was like 5 of them. Hey, Miguel.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember who like the Wheaties box guy was? That was a male gymnast from like the 80s, early 80s. Blonde guy.
Mitch Gaylord.
That's the one I said, but then there was another one.
I mean, Mary Lou Retton.
No, male.
I said that too.
Male. Mitch Gaylord was the Mary Lou Retton of the males.
No, there was a whole bunch of them. There was some blonde guy who used to like hit the pommel horse pretty hard.
You talk about? Oh, you might be talking about that Jim. He was in the movie.
Bart Connor. Wasn't his name Bart Connor or something like that? Yeah,
something like that. But he was in a movie called Jim Cotta, I think.
Yes, I loved that movie when I was a kid.
The movie's horrible, though.
It is horrible.
But I did love it when I was a kid.
I loved that movie when I was a kid.
That was like the No Escape or whatever it was with the Ray
pretty
Liotta,
cool.
where they put him on an island and you had to escape.
Exactly.
Or even the one with Ice-T, where they put you in the town and the guys hunted you.
Yeah, but this Jim Cotta was better than the Ice-T one. And a side note,
except the one where he jumped on the high bar and he had powder all over his hands. Where'd that come from?
Well, he had to exhibit his skills. And a side note, Mitch Gaylord rode that crest of fame from that Wheaties endorsement and from the Olympics to also be in a movie. If you remember, he was in a gymnastics movie.
Well, he wasn't in Jim Cotta. That wasn't Mitch Gaylord. That was a different dude.
He was in a gymnastics movie, though, with Wayne Gretzky's wife back in the day. Janet Jones and him were in a movie.
Really?
Back in the day. This is in the early 80s. Anyway, we're going on a total tangent here. But while we're talking about cereal beer, okay, Wheaties with this beer, if you guys could choose any cereal you enjoyed as a kid or whatever, or even that you enjoy now, what would you like to see as far as a cereal beer?
Fruity Pebbles.
Ugh, no
Yeah, that would
way,
be good, dude.
That actually might be pretty good.
Yeah, no, if it was done
Applejack.
correctly, I think that would be. It would be like kind of like the cupcake stuff we had that Rogue Brewery did. I mean, it had that interesting.
Oh,
sweet.
yeah,
So
yeah.
your Frito Pebbles could work.
The Rogue
Or Apple Jacks would have to be good.
pretzel, the raspberry pretzel.
When you say it?
chocolate ale, yeah.
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks, I think would be a good one.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be a good cider. Applejack cider.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Ooh.
All the
Oh,
way.
okay. There you go. That's
All
a
the
good
way.
one. That's
That could be a good one.
definitely
That's a good choice.
Let's
That would be
let's
good
do
with
it.
something hot.